Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. This past Wednesday, Bungie held their first ever live stream event for the Age of Triumph. In this live stream, they talked about what exactly they want it to be, what it means to them as a team, and what they want it to mean to us as Guardians, as well as what you can expect from it. In the description, you'll find a Twitch replay, so you are able to go ahead and watch that yourself and catch up on everything that they said, because there's some really interesting stuff in there that I personally can't get into in this video even. So let's get into what we have, shall we? So first off, they started talking a little bit about what exactly this event means to Destiny, what it means for them as a team. They said that the central pillar, the main goal of this event, is to kind of celebrate what we as Guardians have done in the game for the past 2 to 3 years that we've had this, that we've all kind of grown with over the course of it. Now, as I have mentioned before, this is also the final live event for the era of Destiny 1, so it is after this one we're moving on to Destiny 2, so that'll be really interesting to see what exactly they do there. And just to add to that as well, Destiny 1 is staying up for the foreseeable future as well. I think that's very important to make sure to keep note of, that Destiny 1 for the foreseeable future is staying up, is not going down. So let's get into the record book. Now, this record book is the largest one that they made, with about 13 pages of things to do. And they've designed it in such a way that there's something there for every player. So you got your story objectives, your raid objectives, your strike objectives, your crucible objectives, your collectibles, your trials of Osiris, everything that you could possibly think of. It's more than likely in this book. Now, one thing I would like to point out and kind of make note of at the beginning is that you do not have to do everything in this book in order to get all the rewards. There are only 7 ranks that you can go up for rewards when it comes for the rewards, and 13 pages, so you don't have to do everything in the book to get all the rewards that are there. And trust me, when you see some of the objectives that they have, you'll be thankful. There's an entire Trials one where you have to get a flawless ticket and go to the lighthouse. I'm not joking. But on a lighter note, here are some of the other objectives that you would have to do with the book. Complete a certain story mission, get to level 40 for this class, get X amount of melee kills for this class, get X amount of grenade kills for this class. There's a complete X amount of heroic strikes. There's complete a nightfall in under 30 minutes. There's collect X number of sparrows, collect X number of shaders. So there's a lot that you can do to boost up that rank, so you don't have to do the things that you don't want. So let's talk about the rewards. It mainly looks to be emblems, but except for one. But we'll get to that one when we do. Now, for each page, in the bottom right, there's one more node that tells you to complete other certain objectives, like about 6 or 7 or 7 or 8, probably depending on how difficult the page itself and all the other objectives will be. But there's always one last one that you can do, and once you fill out that last one, you will get a emblem. You will get a special emblem to signify that you have completed that page. Now, about that last rank, this one is one personally that I'm really pretty excited for. Back during the Moments of Triumph, they had a special shirt that when you complete the Moments of Triumph book, you were given a code to get a discount on a specially designed shirt that you could also put your PlayStation Network or your Xbox Live Gamer tag on the sleeve for a little bit extra. And it looks like they are bringing it back. They even showed what the shirt looks like. I will have that up on screen right now. And so, similar to the Moments of Triumph book, once you reach rank 7 in this book, you will unlock that offer and you will be able to go ahead and purchase that shirt, as well as put your PlayStation Network ID or your Xbox Live Gamer tag on it, should you so choose. I gotta say, it's pretty nice. For me personally, even though I had the Moments of Triumph shirt, I would like to go for that one. I wouldn't mind hanging it up like an actual, like in a jersey, as silly as that may sound. I wouldn't mind doing that. It's just kind of a, hey, I did all this. This is what I got, and I'm proud of it. Now let's get into what I consider the biggest news of Age of Triumph. The fact that they're bringing up all the raids. They're bringing back Vault of Glass, Crota's End, and King's Fall, and they're all being brought up to 390 Light. In addition to this, they are also introducing what they are calling the weekly featured raids. Why does it sound like I'm saying? It really feels like I'm saying weekly featured raids. Let's get that right. Weekly featured raids, not rage. Ugh. Anyway, what these weekly featured raids are supposed to do is that they have new challenges for you to tackle in the Vault of Glass and the Crota's End, as well as new rewards for what sounded like all 4 raids. The wording that they use, they kind of made it sound like there's new rewards and new armor pieces for all the raids at the very least. I know that there's new Crota's End armor. There's a new Vault of Glass helmet as well. Plus 2 master ornaments that you are able to get from the weekly featured raid that you can use to put into your armor pieces. Now, the weekly featured raid is mainly designed so that no matter what raid you're playing, whether it be from the old school Vault of Glass to the new Wrath of the Machine, you'll always have something to collect. You'll always have something to kind of do in that raid. And there's always new challenges for you to tackle, new armor pieces, all that good stuff to earn. Now, this weekly raid, it's going to be a kind of rollout schedule throughout April, they said. Starting on March 28th, it is going to begin with Crota's End, a remix version of the Crota's End, and that's where the 390 will unlock. And the next week, week 2, will be the Vault of Glass, where that 390 version will be unlocked. So the wording that they said, it sounded as if they wouldn't, that the 390s won't be there all on day 1. It'll be a simple rollout through the weeks. Week 3 is going to be the King's Fall, and week 4 will be Wrath of the Machine. Now, just as a quick note, the only place, I mentioned that there are 2 new Master Ornament slots for the new armors that will be coming. The only place you'll be able to get those specific ornaments is during the weekly featured raid. Unfortunately, it sounds like you won't be able to get them by just selecting them in the directory. You'll have to wait until the weekly featured raid itself, until the raid that you want to get the ornaments from is featured in that weekly featured raid. So just kind of keep that in mind and keep that in your head for when you're going for a specific ornament. So I believe that's about all that I can cover for the reveal stream. I do very much encourage you to go and watch the replay, because they do cover some pretty interesting things that I didn't even put in, that I couldn't like summarize in this video. What they do is they talk about what the kind of remix process is of remixing like something like the Vault of Glass or the Crow's End, where they didn't just want to take it and you know, up the light level. They wanted to look at it, dissect it a little bit, see what they can change, but they also didn't want to mess with what people loved about it, what parts people enjoyed, and what kind of made those specific raids, what people fell in love with those specific raids for in the first place. They didn't want to change too much, but they also wanted to update some of the things. I can give one good example off the top of my head. I can give one good example is that they said that there is less time between the Oracle fights. Like before, I believe, before the Oracle fight, they said that they've kind of decreased the time of that entire section of the Vault of Glass raid. So I definitely do encourage you to go down in the description and watch that replay and listen to it, because it's some pretty cool stuff, some pretty nice stuff. Plus, you know, you get to watch them do the Vault of Glass raid as well. So I definitely encourage that. At the end as well, Deeds dropped a little bit of a hint about what they're doing to strikes with this Age of Triumph live event. What they said that they're doing is that they're adding a, quote, a bit more mayhem to strikes. Now, for those of you who don't know what exactly the well, first off, I'm going to say we're going to get mayhem strikes. Now, for those of you who don't know what the mayhem game mode is in Crucible, let me give you a little bit. What the mayhem Crucible game mode is in things like Team Deathmatch, Clash, you know, Control, Rumble, all that, your supers charge at a faster rate, your abilities such as grenades and melee charge at a faster rate, heavy ammo spawns every 1 minute 30 seconds, special ammo spawns every 30 seconds, your scores are multiplied by 10, more heavy ammo drops from those using heavy weapons when they're killed. So I think that would be really interesting to see how exactly they're kind of going to modify that all a little bit to make it work in strikes, but I think that's going to be a hell of a lot of fun to do with your friends when you just want to screw around and just shoot ads and kill stuff. So that will be a lot of fun, I think. So overall, my thoughts on the what they revealed so far for the Age of Triumph are that I like it. I like it. The record book I think is pretty nice. The 13 pages and the fact that they also said that you don't have to do everything in the book to get everything done. You can do what you want to do to get to that rank 7. Plus that t-shirt's nice. I think the variety in the record book is really nice. So there's something for everyone to do, for every player to enjoy it and get as much as they can out of it before Destiny 2 comes out. Plus, I think the weekly raids are going to be pretty fun. The new rewards, the new challenges are going to be tough, but when we all kind of figure out how to do them, it'll be pretty satisfying and it'll be a lot of fun. And I wonder if we're going to get any of the moments that we had back in year 1, where if you got something like the Fatebringer or the Gallarhorn, everyone, especially the person who got it, freaks out over you. Either you get loved by your raid team or you're absolutely despised by your raid team for getting that piece of equipment that they want as well. But it's all in good fun, of course. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how they have this, and this isn't the last. This isn't all that's going to be in the update, as I said before, with the strikes. Deej dropping a hint about adding a bit more mayhem. There's also going to be a sandbox updates coming to it, so this isn't all that we're getting. So I very much thank you for watching, and thank you for listening to me ramble a little bit about this. I'll be back next week for the weekly rituals live stream, and I'll give a little kind of condensed about what they talked about there. And like I did for this one, I'll also have a link to the Twitch replay so you guys can go check that out for yourself. So thank you for watching. Drop a like down there if you like it, share it with your friends, comment your thoughts on the Age of Triumph reveal, and I'll see y'all next week.